What's up, guys? Today we're going to install spark plugs and wires on a 2008 Jeep Wrangler with a 3.8-liter engine. So this will apply to anybody with a 2007 to 2011 Jeep Wrangler JK or JKU. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks that I've used over the years to make this process super easy for you. So the spark plugs that we're using today are the Bosch double iridium plugs. Now, what we need to do is check the gap on these plugs. Normally they're already pre-gapped, but you always want to double check and make sure they are properly gapped. So I have my gap tool right here, and I'm going to go ahead and slide this in here. Now we can see here it is about 0.045, which the gap on this is supposed to be about a 0.05 inches. So we need to open up the gap on this spark plug. Now, normally you would see people just kind of turn this tool inside of the spark plug to open up the gap, and you do not want to do that. What you want to do is take the end of this tool here where there's the opening, and you slide it over your spark plug and just pry up a tad bit to get the spark plug to open up. Now, if you slide this through there and start opening up that way, it will rub off the material inside the spark plug and can cause some issues with the spark plug, so you don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in here and see we're slightly past where we need to be, so I'm just going to take it and just kind of tap it on the workbench here. And there we are. And then you need to do that on all of your other spark plugs. Okay, so we got all of the spark plugs pre-gapped and they're ready to go. Now, you see a lot of people saying that you need to put anti-seize on the threads of your spark plug before you install it. You do not. The modern spark plugs come with a protective coating on there that prevents corrosion, so you don't need to put anti-seize on your threads. Also, putting anything on the threads can change the torque value. So I've been doing this for over 16 years now, and I've never once put anti-seize on the spark plugs, and I've never had any problems. So with that being said, I do not put any on there. If you do put any on there, just a tad bit will be plenty fine, but I do not put any on there. Now, the one thing that I do like to do is use some dielectric grease. Now, where I use this is on your wires for your spark plug. Right in the boot here, you just take a little bit. Okay, what I do is take a little bit of dielectric grease, put it on the tip of the boot here, like that. Then I just put that in there and work it around. Just enough, put a little too much, just enough to cause the boot to seal on your spark plug. All this is doing is keeping moisture from getting inside your boot there, causing issues with the spark plug. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just do that on all the ends of my spark plug wires, just so they're ready to go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start on the easy side. Now, I will show you a trick to get to the spark plug and wires on the passenger side, but we are going to start with the driver's side where everything's pretty wide open. So what I do one plug and one wire at a time, just so you don't get any of these plugs mixed up and plugged into the wrong spot on the coil. So I like to start on the hardest one on each side first. So that would be this back plug is the hardest one to get to. So we're going to go ahead and pop it off at the coil. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my pliers here, just like that. Now that we got the wire out of the way, you can go ahead and take your spark plug socket like I have here. This one is, I believe it's Matco, but there's a lot of companies that make one similar. If you look here, there is a little tang inside the socket that helps grip the spark plug, along with like a nylon bushing type thing that helps grip the socket also. Make sure you're using a spark plug socket, because when you're doing this, you want the spark plug to stick to the socket and not fall down and have any kind of problem. So definitely get yourself a good spark plug socket. But anyhow, let's go ahead and get the spark plug out of there. Also, if you guys are interested, I will link all the parts and tools that I've used in this video in the description. They are Amazon links. So if you guys are curious in what tools and parts I used, they are in the description. Okay, so the biggest reason why we're replacing the spark plugs on this vehicle, it had a little misfire here and there, and it just wasn't running right. And we got the plug out, and you can see here how worn that plug is. That is shot. So this is what it should look like. So definitely big issue with the plug. So I'm glad we're getting these taken care of. Quick tip, when you're putting your new plugs back in, don't just drop them down in the hole where they need to go. That can cause some damage to the end of your spark plug, and you're not going to notice when you put it in there and cause some drivability concerns and might not run properly. So don't just drop it down in the spark plug hole. What you want to do is take your spark plug socket and put that spark plug in that socket. So when you go to put it down into the hole, it stays in the socket, and you can just start threading it in by hand. Make sure you start threading the spark plug in by hand. Don't put a gun on it. Don't put a ratchet, electric ratchet on it or anything like that. Definitely make sure you're putting it in, starting it by hand, and you put your ratchet on there, snug it up, and then take your torque wrench and torque it to spec. So let's go ahead and put this spark plug in, and then we're going to match up the old wire with a new wire and get the new wire on. Now it's time to put the wire back on. We got the spark plug reinstalled, and now it's time to take your old wire and match it up with a wire the same length. So I'm going to find the one that's closest to it. And it seems like it's this one here. So it's slightly shorter than what we had, but these other ones are quite a bit longer. So this will be the wire that we need to install. And like I said, I already put some dielectric grease on the ends of the boot. So let's go ahead and put this on. And then what we're going to do is go right down that side of the engine there, do the next spark plug, next wire, and then do the final spark plug and wire on that side. And then we're going to go ahead and move to the passenger side, which is the hardest side to do on this vehicle. I'm going to show you the steps that I do to make it easier to do. So let's go ahead and put this on there, and we'll get to the passenger side. Okay, as you can see here on the passenger side, it's a lot harder to get to the spark plugs and the wires. If you look over here, driver's side, pretty wide open, pretty easy to get to. So I'm going to show you the trick to get to all these fairly easy. So here it is. I have the vehicle up on the lift. So if you jack up your vehicle and you put it on a jack stand, you'll probably have to take off the tire, and then you need to take out your inner plastic wheel well. I had an aftermarket one that was on there, which that was just self-tapped on there. So I didn't really show you how to do that, but it's honestly not too bad to take this inner wheel liner out. because look how easy it is to get to the spark plugs now. Right there, and right there. So that is the easiest way to get to these spark plugs on the passenger side. Now, I'm not going to go through on how to do that side because you need to do it the same exact way as you did the other side. One at a time, just so you make sure you're not mixing up where the wires are plugged in and causing all kinds of issues. So do one wire, one spark plug at a time until you're completely done. So there it is. It's not too bad to change the spark plugs on the 3.8 liter engine. So if you guys have any questions, leave a comment. Hopefully this video helped you out. You guys have a good one and take it easy.